We talk about discondes. Discondes is where a couple, one is positive and another one is negative. But how do the two live together? Where does the rubber meet the road?
I'm Dr. Caroline Akello. I'm a medical doctor and researcher at MUHU. MUHU stands for Akello University, Johns Hopkins University Research Collaboration. This organization has been in existence since 1988, and we deal with HIV prevention, but also people living with HIV, ensuring that they have healthy families and healthy children. Although the rates have gone lower, we still need to ensure that we can do something to prevent HIV. Currently the rates are at about 3%, but that is still really high. So MUHU is actually doing so much in HIV prevention to ensure that the young people, basically women, but also especially adolescent girls and young people, are protected from getting HIV. So there are a number of HIV prevention options that are in this chart here that I will read out. Of course, if someone is HIV positive already, then we have to encourage them to adhere very well to their ARVs, because undetectable viral loads equals to untransmissible. So it's very important that whoever is HIV positive, if someone is in a discordant relationship, they're able to ensure that their partner is taking their medications well, so that they do not transmit HIV, to ensure that their viral loads are undetectable. But also it's very important to ensure that, to encourage your partner to get tested for HIV, because the very first step is knowing your HIV status. And also getting treatment for STIs, that is sexually transmitted infections, because sexually transmitted infections predispose someone to increase the risk of acquiring HIV. But also it's very important to engage in lower risk sexual behaviors. For example, I talked about anal sex being a very high risk for HIV acquisition. So we usually encourage people to actually reduce the number of their sexual partners, but also to ensure that, maybe they engage in either oral sex or maybe vaginal sex, which is less riskier than anal sex. But also it's very important to use oral PrEP. Oral PrEP, which is also the Truvada pill, is a combination of two drugs, that is emtricitabine and tenofovir. So pre-exposure prophylaxis means that you swallow this drug if you're at high risk of acquiring HIV. And by being at high risk, we mean that people, for example, who are commercial sex workers, or men who have sex with men, or people who are in serodiscordant relationships, where one is positive and another is negative.
Discordant couple is a couple that has been in a sexual relationship for a long time. It may also be a short time. So when they go for HIV testing, one tests negative and another one tests positive. They have been sexually active for some time, but one is negative and another one is positive. I know in the community some people don't believe it, but that's the reality. We have discordant couples around us, and I know many people have questions. How does it happen? How can that happen? Of course, people cannot accept that they cheated in the presence of their partners. They say, how did it happen? Maybe you have given us wrong results. But we take our time to explain. Even in pre-test counseling, we do that. But of course, when the results are not yet there, they will tell you, I'm ready for anything. And they will show you that really they have understood, they know what is likely to happen, but when the results are there, they are like, no, this one cannot happen. You've given us wrong results. But as counselors, we have to calm down. We take our time to counsel them until they understand.
It is very important, to be able to be taking this PrEP pill. So if you know that you are at risk, you can actually approach any PrEP centers, one of them being MAPI at the STI clinic here in Mulago, so that you can, get more details about if you're eligible to actually take PrEP. But it is very effective in preventing HIV to about 99%. So when you're using PrEP and when you use it consistently, of course, it's always good to combine it with other methods, for example, condom use and any other prevention methods to really, really maximize your protection levels against HIV. Just to emphasize that oral PrEP, that Truvada pill that I showed you, is only for people who are HIV negative. Importantly, you have to use it consistently. And by consistently, I mean you have to swallow it each and every day. Also, many times we encourage partners, especially the men, to get circumcised, because circumcision reduces the risk of acquiring HIV by about 60%. So if you have a partner who's not circumcised, it is important to get him circumcised and ensure that the wound heals very well before sex resumes. But also, of course, we've known from the ABC campaigns that condom use, when condoms are used consistently, they also prevent people from getting HIV. But many a times people do not use condoms consistently. And that is why we have to actually include, all these methods to ensure that someone can be protected from getting HIV. One last very interesting option that I would want to talk about is actually the DAPIVIRINE vaginal ring. This ring is actually, can only be used by women. It is placed in the vagina and we twist it into a figure 8 and then you insert it into the vagina. This is a pelvic model, which is, more or less what the woman's vaginal genitalia looks like. So you fix it in, and then it sits right there beneath the cervix. This is not really drawn to scale, so do not think that the ring, is so big like that. The vagina is about 8 centimeters long, and it's really wide. So the ring sits very comfortably. Many times when a woman wears it, they don't even feel it. It is made out of silicone, and it's impregnated with a drug called dapivirine, which is an ARV. And this ARV is released slowly over a period of 1 month, so that a woman is protected from getting HIV right where the infection should occur. So she wears it all the time, even during her menstrual period and during sex. EMA stands for European Medicine Agency, which is an agency that actually licenses drugs for Europe, the European and also the African markets. And they usually work in collaboration with the WHO to make this happen. So this ring actually got a positive opinion from the EMA. So that means that, it is really almost, the licensure process is actually much, much nearer. And hopefully soon, in a few years to come, this ring might be available for women to use. So the ring actually helps in adherence because, many times PrEP is a bit difficult for people to swallow every single day. So the ring is something that you wear once a month and you change it every other month. So it has actually helped women because they don't have to remember to swallow a pill every day or to remember to fix it in every day. So this has really, really greatly enhanced its consistent use. And we're also trying to think, because of the success of the ring, we're thinking about, other products in development that actually will ensure that people get the product without, having to think about using it, daily. For example, the injectable CABOTEGRAVIR. It is an ARV that can be injected into a woman, into someone, and they're protected from HIV for about 2 months. Right now, these products are still in the research setting. They're not yet available out there. But it's very interesting to know that the landscape is very rich because given that even this ring that you have seen, there is also a 90-day ring that is being developed so that a woman does not have to keep changing it every month. You can change it just once in 3 months. But also, we're thinking about maybe, using, having the ring with a family planning method so that you don't have to think about another, using another family planning. So the landscape of, prevention products is really, really very ripe and very, has very many promising products, which we hope will be able to be uncovered in the years to come.